All right, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great day. Um, Staying cool, heat waves everywhere, tornadoes ripping through places everywhere right now. Like I said, it's just going to be more of the same storms, whatever. That's what we get here, right? Just a picture here. Going back to see the pineal gland, and it's not that they literally eat it, or maybe they do. You know, um, I think it's just the nonsense they fill your brain with that gives you brain rot, right? Um, and I wanted to show you something because when I finally got done at the shop and turned on YouTube today, this kind of popped up. I guess they're doing a free movie of Troy. And I don't know how many of you have seen this movie, or I'm sure lots of you think you understand the story, right? um, so just to give you an idea how it's the same old story over and over again. They gave you brain rot, hypnosis, right? Take the hip off of gnosis, but if you keep the word together, it's hypnosis, right? Um, so the city of Troy was given a gift, right? And out of that gift crawled an army that took them under, right? Or that's what the story says, right? Well, just like, we are Rome, we are Egypt in the stories. Yes, there's an Egypt over there, there's a Rome over there. They give you these places, but those stories are from here. And there's your Trojan horse. Given to us by who? The French? Yep. um, you know, it came, and granted, it's not. See, this is where the melting pot of the universe. Because remember, the Earth is just symbolic. It's the remnant of everything that once was. But here, put this in your entryway because everybody entered through Ellis Island, right? They had to register there. So basically, that's your Trojan horse that allowed all these people to infiltrate our world, so to speak. Now, again, it didn't happen that way, just like I said in a video. If you look at Independence Day and the president had got into like a mind meld with the alien, and I saw what they had. Okay, going back to the Elohim, right? Let's make him, them in our image. So when we were given the blood of Satan, because it's all compatible because we all came from the same place. Satan fell out of heaven too. We all did. Every single one of us. It wasn't just him. It wasn't whatever. All I'm saying is we are the Akashic records, and so their vision became embedded into our Akashic records. That's, again, like I said, right or wrong, a third of the stars were cast to the earth. So where are the other 2/3? Well, they're in the firmament, right? It says right in the script. The stars were put into the firmament. So instead of a shooting star, the old expression is, oh, somebody's getting their angel wings. Yeah, good luck there. No, they're probably falling to earth. Consciousness. A speckle of light coming to inhabit a body. But while we're all sitting here waiting, somebody made a comment on my last video about the ninth of Ab, and yes, okay, so Solomon in the first temple, right? So like I said, Solomon didn't create the first temple. It was his job to restore it. That's why, Trump kind of resembles some of the storyline of King Solomon. It is what it is. Like I said, most people here have what we would call, and I'm not gonna be mean and say people have brain rot, because I was, like I said, I was one of them. I was cheering for the space shuttle every time it launched. Something happens, and I don't know what it is. I don't know it's as soon as you go to work. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's when you go through puberty and you're flooded with hormones. But somewhere along the way, that 5 to 8 year old little boy who saw the world all kinds of different ways from his parents somehow fell into the trap, the zombie apocalypse. And like I said, that's probably by design too, the hypnosis, because you have to live in a dream state, so to speak, to exist within the dream state. Remember, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, merrily, merrily. Life, this life right here is but a dream. That's why it's called the Great Awakening. Or it's got a lot of different names, right? So anyway, just to give you another example on how to view the stories that they tell us and what goes down right here, this is your Trojan horse. So, yeah, the 9th of Av, right? Going back to that, I think that's tomorrow, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not real big on the calendars because, again, you know, time, date, calendars only refer to this reality, and they've been changed, right? With every single loop, they have to change, just like the books of the Bible. People gripe all the time, oh, they hid these books and they took them out and blah. No, the Bible is the script, symbolically, for the play that we are watching, period. So as the play changes in the real world, the books that support the script, right, that they read from, so to speak, have to change with each new section of movie, whatever you want to call it. But going back to the stars being in the firmament, you know, I'm pretty sure that's why the North Star, Polaris, never moves. I think Polaris, Polaroid, remember those cameras? I think it could potentially be the projector. Who knows? But just while we're all waiting and wondering and counting our blessings, right? So hang in there. Time is short. I love you all. All right. Bye bye.